like terrified to start now.
Well, we're waiting.
Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 86, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Gurnett. To my right, Mike Steak Carney.
There we go. What's going on?
To my left, Art Pork Chop Rosian.
Nailed it all.
Oh,
Yes. That was the third try, ladies and gentlemen. You'll probably hear at the end of the episode about how I just can't talk today. We're doing this in daylight. I have no excuse.
This is the most awake you should ever been during the run of this.
This is like prime time. This is like I should be okay right now, but I'm clearly not. So, thank you for joining us.
Do you have a little Splenda and Scotch at work today?
No, I was at home. I could have. I was at home all day today. But today, we're going to be talking first impressions of Madden 20, first impressions of
Wolfenstein.
Youngblood,
Yep.
Wolfenstein Youngblood, and kind of just we got some news and notes and normal stuff.
Some quick hitting news.
Awesome. Steak, what you playing?
All right. For some old stuff, I have jumped into I Am Setsuna finally. I am probably around...
Oh, did it finally come to Vita?
Yeah. That was a Vita a long time ago. A Japanese version. I don't know if the US version ever got.
I just remember you waiting for that to come to Vita.
I did wait for the Switch version though on it. I bought it a long time ago. I just never got around to it. Probably, I would guess around 10 hours or so into it now. It's very good. Very good. I like it a lot. It's a kind of a spiritual successor to Chrono Trigger. Yes, that's the right one.
I'm not going to
I was thinking about that. I was like, oh,
you're the expert here.
Chrono Trigger. So the combat system is very cool. The story is very interesting. It kind of reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy X, where this person's on this pilgrimage and is the sacrifice to end the monsters from attacking the world. Like, it's very, very similar.
That sounds familiar.
It's pretty much Final Fantasy X. And then you have your guards that get you there. So I'm expecting the story to not end well. But so far it's pretty cool, and I just hit a very interesting twist that was really neat. And then this might be in the news later, but some games got shadow dropped.
No, it's not in the
nope.
news.
Okay. So the Doom games got shadow dropped into all the systems 1, 2, and 3, including the Switch. So I grabbed Doom 3 on the Switch. They're dirt cheap too. They're really cheap. They're totally worth it. It's $5 for the 1 and 2, and 3 is $10, and it includes the expansion.
Oh, cool.
And the Lost missions. So it includes everything but multiplayer for Doom 3.
For some reason, I thought they were selling the whole thing as a bundle. I didn't know they were selling them like.
Yeah, they're all individual. Yeah. So I mean, but $20 for all 3 of them is still just that's insane.
Not complaining. I just thought it was like the Doom collection. Like one thing you buy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for $20, I would pick up that box.
Yeah. And it plays and looks fantastic on the Switch. I mean, yes, it is an old game, but I mean, it's like handheld mode. It's running at 720p, 60 frames, pretty much for the most part. Like, there's some times where it does dip, but it's super smooth.
Nice.
Like, this is like one of the smoothest things I've ever seen, like on the Switch. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But I still though, you never know. Like, for being like, but it's so cool like playing, because the last time I played Doom 3 was on the 360. So like
a
while ago on the TV. So nice having like a handheld version of it. Like, this is the first time it's ever been handheld, and it's really good. Like it still scares me. I still jumped a couple times while playing. So then I finished Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, nice.
It took me about 12 hours, I'd say, to get through the whole story. I did a little bit of the Infinity missions, but not many.
Am I wasting my time doing that?
There was one part where I felt like I had to, because I was like kind of get my butt kicked.
Oh yeah.
So I did kind of grind a couple levels at least, and then I was like, oh wait, I have cubes, and that was quicker. So I was like, okay, well, I just wasted some time doing that. So I just use your cubes when you start getting kind of
cubes.
And every time you unlock, every time you get a new character, it's in that level.
Right.
You get them at that level that the level's at. So I highly recommend just throw them in there, like with your party. Take away someone and put them in.
Yeah.
Because that helps a lot. But no, the story was awesome. There was some stuff that happened and showed up that I was not expecting.
Okay.
They did not show off, which I'm very happy about. So it's like, oh, good. Got some surprises in there. So it was very cool to see some of these people. So there is a total of 4 characters you can unlock through the Infinity stuff. So there's 4 main things, and so you got to go through all of it.
Yeah.
And unlock the last thing. So there's 4 people. So the very first one, I mean, if you're not that far, I mean, the game's been out for a while, so I'm not going to talk about the other ones, but the very first one is Electra. So I did get Electra, so I did unlock her. But then there's 3 more.
Gotcha.
And they're all 3 of those are awesome, which makes me mad, because now I got the grind, spend time doing this to get those characters, especially before the DLC comes out. So I'll have access to them for the DLC too. But yeah, so awesome game. Like it's totally worth it. Go grab it. And then so Square Enix released a demo for Oninaki.
Did it suck?
It was awesome.
Did it come with a 10% off coupon?
No, it didn't.
Oh.
So here's what gets me mad about that. So when the demo,
He's tweeted about it like 30 times in the past week, man.
I have, because every time it pops up, I keep putting something on there for it, because it's still on sale on Steam and the PlayStation for 10% off.
That's really weird.
And on the Switch, it was initially 10% off, but I at the time I didn't have the money to get the so then I traded in a couple things and I got a $50. So I was like, oh, perfect, I'll get this $50 the eShop card, and I'll just add that. Get it, and there you go. And then I went out, and I'm like, wait a minute, $49.99. I'm like, what the heck? That was only for like a week. And then I'm like, wait a minute, and I went to PlayStation. I'm like, it's still 10% there. And then you tell me it was on Steam, it was for 10%. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go check again. And sure enough, it's still 10% on Steam too. So
you posted, I think it was on Facebook. They posted that, and you said, hey, can you tell Nintendo to drop the price on it? And you got a bunch of replies like,
oh, it
is. And like, no, it was.
And I was like, oh, really? I'm like, oh, maybe. Yeah. And I actually, the minute I saw that, I jumped on my Switch. I was at work.
Like refresh.
I jumped on my Switch. I'm like, no. And then I went to the website too, because the guy said on his Switch and on the website. I'm like, nope, they're both showing this. I don't know what you're looking at.
Canadian dollars.
Yeah. So that's just. So I'm kind of.
Let me just get it on a real platform.
I'm gonna buy it on Switch.
I don't want to talk shit about the Switch. I own one. It's just fun.
Honestly, the only reason, I actually was going back and forth because, on PlayStation, obviously, I really enjoyed the demo. So I would like to get trophies and stuff for it. But I'm like, realistically, I've been playing the hell out of my Switch lately. I have a lot on my Switch. I'm like, I'm gonna play it. If I put it on the Switch, I will actually play it and play through it and everything. Because I've been struggling to play some more console stuff. So basically this game is you can go back and forth. You're a watcher and you kind of help people that are stuck in purgatory in a way. So there's a living world and the dead world basically, and you can with a hit of a button you could swap between the two worlds. So it's the same map but then different enemies and stuff like that. So you technically if you're going for 100% the map, it's two maps.
Sounds like Guacamelee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. They do. That's right. Guacamole does that.
I'm sure the games are nothing alike. But
we don't know. I know what you mean. Yeah.
That description there, I'm like, that's Guacamole.
Yep. So in the demo, it's the nice thing too is your save carries over to the full game. So this whole first area is the first section of the game. So when you're introducing to your characters and everything, so you meet this boy in the dead world who's died and is feels alone and everything. He's like, oh, can you guys just take me to see my parents one more time before and then I'll they're like, okay, but you have to let yourself go.
Yeah.
After we take you have to let yourself go. And he's like, yeah, okay, absolutely, I promise. He's like, okay. So then you go through the level, you do some stuff, fight some enemies, fight some bosses and stuff, and then you finally get to the parents' house, and so then so he could see the parents. The parents can't see him because you're in the living world now for this.
Right.
And so you're talking your son, you guys need to let go. And you're like, oh, we have. We're not. We want him to be free. We're sad, but we want blah blah blah. And then the son, and then the kid's like, oh. And then they ask, okay, well, what's going on? He's like, well, I just feel alone. And then the mom breaks down, and is like, I just don't want him to be alone, blah blah blah.
Oh,
And it gets really deep. And then they're like, well, are you ready to, and then your main character's like, so are you saying you're ready to make the sacrifice then? And basically they both, the mom and the dad, agree to you killing them so they can so they can be with their son and be sent off. It was like, oh my god, this is the first thing in this game. Jesus.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I'm like, this is gonna be brutal at certain points. I've been feeling because it was really sad. At first, then you see them grieving, and then they're like, I'm ready to die so I can be with him. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah. And then the dad agrees to it too, and I'm just like, holy cow. So that gives you a good basis of what this game's about right away. But the art style is gorgeous. It's an action RPG, so it's kind of like a Diablo kind of, that Marvel Ultimate Alliance kind of style of fighting. You get you use demons. Those are your what you attack with, and you get a second demon later on in the demo, and you can swap between them, and then they each have different weapons. So that's kind of your different magic, different weapons.
Gotcha.
You can equip 4 of them at a time. So that's, I'm sure throughout. I can't imagine how many they're going to have throughout this game, but it's very cool. So I highly recommend checking it out. The demo is on everything. Switch, PS4, and PC. Like I said, your save does carry over, so if you decide to get it, you don't have to redo it. So it's very cool. And then I'll just talk about Wolfenstein later.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Playing.
but not a goddamn thing.
Me either. A little bit of something that I'll talk about.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I've been playing Madden and Rainbow Six.
Right.
You really want to hear me talk about Rainbow Six more? No, you don't. Yeah, Madden we'll talk about later. So.
All right, cool. Real quick, we all got together yesterday and played some games. It's the first time we played Jackbox 5.
Yeah.
And it was a very mixed bag of games.
Yeah.
Where they want to split the room, where as opposed to like trying to get like everyone to vote for you, you're trying to get half the people in the room to vote one way, and then one with another way with like a circumstance.
Yeah.
Like, would you rather sneeze bees or poop fire, whatever it is. And you go back and forth and split the room was a lot of fun. The robot rap battle one.
Oh, that was hilarious!
Super fun.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
I don't remember the other one was called Zeeple World or something like that.
Something weird, yeah.
It's like actually a touchscreen game.
Zapple.
That was Zeeple something.
It wasn't any worth talking about. That one wasn't good. And then that last one was the one where it was called Patently Stupid, where you had to like make your own
invention based
and
on
then actually pitch it, and that was just kind of too involved and too much going on.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was fine. You just tell the computer to present for you.
Yeah. But they kind of missed I don't know. But none of us can draw either on those things, so it's like you almost need to present so you don't know how you're drawing.
Yeah.
And then they brought back You Don't Know Jack, which is always good. I didn't even play it, but it was always good. So it was like the classic Jackbox, like mostly good. And a couple I'll probably never touch those again.
The Zeeple thing, it seemed interesting if I knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it was just a lot going on.
And that was the tutorial, like, that we were playing too, like, level. So it was like, you guys are really explaining very well what
The extent of the tutorial was
flick your
pull your guy back like you're using a slingshot and let him go. And try not to die.
Right. Yeah, it was weird.
And then the other thing, not new, but I've been finding myself playing a lot lately because the kids been wanting to play it. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft recently, and it is like a whole new world. It's been years since I played it, so like I'm having that like coming across thing, like when you first time
the dozens of new things that they've put in there,
all the new biomes and everything. Like I came across like glaciers and pirate ships and zombies in the water, like they got like drowned zombies. Zombies like swimming because like usually you can be okay like at night when you're swimming.
Yeah.
No, they have zombies with tridents and stuff. It's wild how much new stuff they have, and
people are too safe in this one area of this game. What can we do? Zombie mermen.
It's really. It kind of reminds me like when you first like kind of got into it, and like how many different things you can do. Like there's even like it's like it's 10 years old, so these just like exponentially different than when last time I played it. I'm finding a little bit of love for that game again, playing it again. So. Just want to give it a shout out that I've been playing it. But that's literally it. I was gone for a week in between these shows. I haven't played a whole lot of anything. So, all right, it's coming on the next couple of weeks.
All right, one game. That's no.
Yeah.
And that's not even. I don't know. I just did it so we could have something.
Okay.
August 13th, Friday the 13th, for the Nintendo Switch is coming out.
Oh jeez.
Run far away.
That up right away.
Fuck no.
That
is the second worst purchase I've made on my PS4.
I kickstarted that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was super
be
disappointing.
This is the second worst purchase I've made on my PS4. The first worst was Evolve. Fuck all you that talked me into getting that.
It was a really fun 6 hours.
Yeah, unfortunately I joined in hour 7.
Yeah. You did.
So that's pretty much. I mean, this is the calm. This is the calm before the storm,
right?
Because I was looking ahead and I was like, oh man, this is like everyone enjoy these couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Play what you got. Mm-hmm. it's about to get crazy.
Control is coming out, which I'm super geeked about. Like in that time period, I think Outer Worlds comes out in that time period.
Like it's just crazy. Like Astral Chain and
Astral Chain's
all that stuff.
Borderlands 3 is like a month away.
Yeah. So there's like I said, this is the calm before the storm. So enjoy it. Play what you got right now. And then we have our PlayStation Plus games for August. Mm-hmm. We're getting Wipeout, the Omega Collection.
Very good.
And Sniper Elite 4.
Never played those games.
Which I hear they're great.
I've never seen Sniper, or never played it, but I've seen people play it. Looks okay enough.
Yeah. I
know you can shoot someone in the testicle.
Yep. Yes, you can. And you show the bullet going through.
Yeah, and you get like a slow-mo cam, and it's a bullet going into a nut.
Nice. And you
could shoot Hitler in his nut.
You're one of the few that do not have Wipeout. Grab it. It is fantastic. And if you have a PlayStation VR, it's really awesome in VR.
If I got Wipeout when PSN was hacked, do I still already have it?
Oh, nice. You might.
Was it crossplay? Because if so, I already have it.
No, this is the PS4.
No, it's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's the game that was on there though that like is on this collection.
Well, the one that was on there, I think like of what they offered, like that was the only game like I didn't have.
Yeah.
Of what they were offering, I'm like, well, I guess I'm getting this one.
Your Xbox games with gold for August on Xbox One from August 1st through the 31st. You're able to download Gears of War 4. Prep for Gears of War 5 next month. Mm-hmm. And then from August 16th through September 15th, Forza 6. So 2 heavy hitters right there from Microsoft. And on Xbox 360, which is also playable on your Xbox One, you can currently download Torchlight until August 15th, which if you've never played that before, where have you been? It is a Diablo-style game. It was fantastic on PC and got to consoles, and it's fantastic. And then from August 16th through the 31st, Castlevania, Lords of Shadows, the first one. So the good one.
I like that one.
That one was good. I never finished it, but I played quite a bit of it, and it's good. So
it had a very cool ending.
I finally
but
play it.
Yeah, it never got me into the second one, though.
Well, it's okay. I hear that's not worth it. Yeah. Then your Xbox Game Pass games. So August 1st, Ashes Cricket for Xbox.
Yes.
Pandemic for Xbox. That is based off the board game.
Yeah, I'm curious how that would work.
Yeah. I think I did download it. Downfall for the PC. On August 8th, Jack Party Pack 2 for Xbox. Space Hulk Tactics for PC. On August 13th, The Bar's Tale Trilogy on Xbox and PC. On August 14th, Slay the Spire on Xbox and PC. And on August 27th, The Bar's Tale 4 Director's Cut on Xbox. And I don't know if it's PC or not as well, but I just know Xbox for sure. I couldn't get a clarification on that. And that I'm excited to finally give that a whirl again, because that was the game that we got from an XL Entertainment. Thank you. We got last year. It was the PC version because it was only on PC at the time.
Yeah, right.
My PC's a little old. I had to run everything on medium, and it still was kind of a little slow. So I'm super excited to jump into that on the X.
Nice. Extra.
Time for some quick news.
Quick news.
All right, so for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, they did a multiplayer reveal, and they announced a bunch of they showed like all the kill streaks. And this time they are kill streaks. They're not point streaks. So they're going back to the old format, which is bad news for me. I'm really more of a support person in Call of Duty. But the one that's generated a lot of controversy, discussion, is one of the kill streaks is white phosphorus, which is use of white phosphorus in war or any situation is actually considered a war crime. So people are kind of up in arms about that. Do you guys have any thoughts on that or opinions, or don't really care?
Not really.
I'm
also realizing this, like, it's you're probably playing, I don't say the good side and bad side, but I mean, you're probably playing as some side doesn't really care if they're using white phosphorus or not.
Yeah, I mean
I also think it's a video game.
Right, it's a video game, and the kill streak, a few years ago, well, not a few years ago, probably about a decade ago at this point, was, a nuke.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah.
I also had a nuke Gatling gun in Fallout, so you know what I mean. So it's.
But come on, that's not realistic.
And it seems like everyone's super. It seems like actually everyone's super excited for this.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, everyone's saying it
looks really good.
So I mean, honestly,
unfortunately, I'm gonna suck at it.
Yeah. So people are complaining about it, like kind of complaining about it now. But I guarantee you, once everyone gets their hands on it, no one's even going to talk about it.
It's also Call of Duty, so they're going to find any reason to talk shit.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like a lot of people are starting to say that. Well, not only people talking shit, but people are starting to say, like, it seems like Call of Duty is like going out of their way to create controversy with this release to get people talking about it. Because there's I guess what they've shown so far, the story is like at one point you go through and do a sweep of a town looking for some terrorists, and you're the military. You're going through a building, clearing rooms, and you have to decide: is this person reaching that crib for a gun or their child? Do you fire? Things like that. But then there's also another part of the story where you do it through the point of view of a child of a terrorist or insurgent or whatever you want to call them, and you basically watch your whole family get slaughtered in front of you. And like I think that's supposed to be the backstory probably of the main villain, like how did they become radicalized and everything. So yeah, I think that's an interesting take on it, because if you think about it, like, put yourself in those shoes. So, some foreign entity comes into your town and just brutally slaughters your family in front of you. what are you going to do?
I mean, this isn't new for Call of Duty either. I mean,
No.
no Russians.
Yeah.
This
Right.
isn't.
I mean, no
No.
Russian. I'm pretty sure the original Modern Warfare was the first time I remember like a nuke going off in America.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, I think people are just a little more sensitive nowadays and like to complain about stuff.
It's a game.
Yeah. Other news. Nintendo's announced that if you had the issue with the left Joy-Con drifting, that they will. You can send in your left. Call them, open a support case. You can send in the Joy-Con, and they'll fix it or replace it. One of the two. I'm not sure exactly which. Good for them.
Yeah, right.
For the longest time, I think they were pretty much telling people like, man, you're kind of out of luck. But I think they've got enough complaints about it now that it's.
Good.
Perfect.
Anytime you get interested in that, you're like a doctor who's you
yeah,
have a diagnosis like, that's interesting. No, I don't want a doctor to be interested in me.
No, actually, it was a good. What I was doing was a better thing. 'Cause we were actually hitting the red, which we normally are a little quieter, so we were actually a little louder. So I was just turning us down just a little.
Gotcha.
A smidge,
All right.
that's all.
I'm not starting this again.
Yeah, I know.
We've come too far. But yeah, I think that's good for them because, yes, I think they've been kind of in denial till now, but clearly they've got enough feedback that they know it's an issue.
Yeah, because they knew a class action lawsuit was coming too. So,
well, yeah. As a shareholder, I appreciate that.
yeah.
And the last thing in GTA Online, they have opened a casino.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Super yikes.
Yeah.
Because you can use real money to buy shark cards, which you then use in the casino.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, in like there's no gambling when you're doing pachinko machines, but like you buy the tokens from across the street.
Right.
And you bring the across the street to the pachinko game.
Right.
And you bring the chips back, so it's okay,
Yeah.
right? It's two different things. However, this is like you're one step
Legit
away.
gambling.
I'll say for all the stuff that's gone on with microtransactions the last like 2 or 3 years, like is it gambling? Is it not gambling? I think it's pretty cut and dry. This is gambling.
This is gambling.
This is gambling with no payout too.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can't get any of that money back.
I mean, it's as much of a payout as a loot box.
Well, it's like the Dragon Quest games. There's always a casino in there that people spend like insane amount of time in. But it's again, that's one of those things. It's like, okay, yeah, you're getting gold coins, you get items and stuff that. But for this, it's like, I mean, but the thing is with that, there's no microtransactions for your own money. So it's like you have nothing to show for your own money. Basically,
you can't get a shark card back to
Right,
actual money.
Right.
So I mean, I think the real problem is this: like, I'm a 13-year-old kid. I'm going to go to GameStop. I'm going to go buy PSN money.
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy a shark card, and I'm going to go gamble.
Yeah, right.
Because that can happen. Like that's a legitimate thing that can happen now, and it is like actual. There's only
a strip casino. There's blackjack. There's 3-card poker. There's slots.
There's only one currency in GTA Online. It's been a long time since I've touched it.
Yeah.
Still just one currency.
There's not like in-game. There's not like an in-game currency
and then like coins.
Yeah.
So
there's not like a silver currency and a gold currency.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think the casino does actually make you use tokens or something. It's not you're not using like the cash that you have in the game. But
you got to redeem your
you turn cash into tokens or something.
I mean, that's how it was.
So again, it's a third one. So it's like a third. As a third step to get to where you're going. Yeah, it's
I think
dicey.
I think I heard somewhere that there is like a limit on the amount of like real world money you can buy casino chips with.
Okay.
It was like 10,000 casino chips a day, which translates to however much GTA money, which is like it's like less than $3 a day or something. Okay. So I mean, I guess that's good to have that in there, but still, I mean, if you're worried about microtransactions and loot boxes getting kids hooked on gambling, what the hell is this?
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
Again, this is not the economic fix for it, right? But like the way to fix that game is you have a new currency that you build up just like the money you build up in GTA,
right?
By doing special casino missions or whatever it is, or races where you get and then you have money to spend at the casino to move that forward. Yeah, that's just straight gambling. that's all it is. It's just going to sportsbook and gambling.
Oh, the one thing I will say is that outside of the controversy here, what's kind of impressive is that building has been there since GTA 5 day one, and they just opened the doors on it. Like,
right,
that's impressive. Like, let's talk about like that, like on that side of this. Like, that's impressive.
So in that area of the map, there's the casino and there's the horse race track.
Right,
and the horse race track was always hell because you jump something with your car and then you're stuck in the horse race track. And there's no way out. Yep. And that's like I remember the casino being there. I'm like, when are they going to open this and actually make this a casino. And lo and behold, here we are.
Like,
and that was
incredible.
That was back when I was playing GTA Online when it, a few months after it launched.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yes, I talk about jumping into Minecraft now. I can't even imagine what it would be like to jump into GTA Online now because I played it for like the first month it was out and then I didn't play it again.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what the whole new world
it's
it would
insane.
be.
There's so much going on.
Well, it's one of those things. I kind of want to, I
kind of wants to gamble.
I do want to gamble, but I want to jump back into GTA Online and go to the casino and just see what it is. I've seen when it came out, I went on Twitch. I'm like, okay, what's this all about? And people are too chatty on Twitch. Just play the damn games.
Yeah, you're right.
But I know they have a big wheel that you can spin and you can get you can spin it once a day and you can get either casino chips or I think there's a small slit on there where you can win a high end car.
Okay.
So stuff like that's kind of cool, but I'm not quite sure how. For all the controversy over microtransactions, how is it someone not jumped up and be like, "What the fuck"?
I know that.
Laws, legislation.
Yes.
And the other thing too is because there is actual gambling that even though if it works the way that I'm pretty sure I heard it works, you can't put that much money into it on a regular basis. But that's actual gambling. How doesn't that affect the rating of the game?
Right.
I mean, I know there's the whole online interactions are not rated, but come on. I mean, it's a mature game already, so kids shouldn't be playing it. But
but also too though the gambling laws are 18 or mature 17 technically.
Right.
Technically, if you want to, I'm just saying that's the only problem with that then too. It's okay, then you kind of do get think, but then I guess that's the legal way of them getting away with it is the whole online interactions are not rated. I don't know. That might change things.
Yeah,
here.
I wish I knew more about it to be honest with you. Cause I know I haven't read too much into it, but just I don't know. It feels icky.
I don't know. All I know is I was watching a stream and I didn't really care about it until I saw 3-card poker, and now I want to play it.
So GTA 5 is going to be on NPD again.
It never left.
It never left. No, but it's going to be back to.
It's not the top 3. Yeah.
It's going to be back to number 1.
So crazy. All right, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right, I think we should do Madden first because it's less exciting. So we're gonna
Madden's super exciting.
Madden is actually is good.
That's fine.
Madden, and then we're gonna talk about Wolfenstein Youngblood. So we both got Madden.
Yes.
We both played it for a while.
Yes.
Yesterday we took a little bit of a deeper dive into the franchise options and things like that.
Yes.
And a lot of stuff. We just kind of messed around with it for a while. So what's and you played last year as well?
I played last year's very briefly.
Okay, I played it a little lot.
Yeah.
So what is your first blush impressions of the new Madden features and franchise
my first blush impression is it's a new Madden.
Yep.
There's little changes that it's still very similar to what I remember playing last year.
The X Factor stuff is cool.
The X Factor stuff is cool. What I saw in the couple of games I played, the rating disparity, I do like that. It might be a little bit overpowered.
Yeah, you definitely feel like those X Factor characters. So the X characters, but they're not real. The X Factor players are there's a certain list of them, and they have special traits and special ways. Basically, get all the NBA Jam, you're on fire. For Khalil Mack, if you get 2 sacks, once you get 2 sacks, you're in the zone now, and you stay in the zone, which basically means that your stats are boosted and the people around you are boosted too. So it's an area of effect type of a thing with the different players on your team, and you stay in the
Madden,
zone.
the MMO,
more or less, and you stay in the zone until condition gets satisfied. With Mac, if you get 2 sacks, you get in the zone. You get out of the zone if the offense gains 10 yards.
Okay.
So you, like I said, if you get another sack, if you all those things, you can stay in the zone more and more and more as long as the other team doesn't get 10 yards, and then it starts over again. Those 2 sacks start over again. But you're kind of a wrecking house for that time period because he's amazing.
Yeah.
In that game, but no, you and I played a game last night.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Honestly, it looked great.
It definitely looks better. I think it looks better than it does last year. Granted, I am playing on a newer, bigger TV than I was last year too.
So one thing, I signed up for whatever the EA Access version is for PC.
Okay.
So I signed up for that. $5. I think I paid $5 for the month to play it, a week early or something. Yeah. And I went out and bought it for PS4. There's not much different as far as how they look, and I had my PC running on high or ultra or whatever the top setting is. I might have knocked down 1 or 2 settings to get rid of some clipping in there, but I don't notice much of a graphical difference. So I'm not sure if that's just because they developed that game for console and ported to PC, or it's just not that much to put a lot of flash into. I mean, grass can only be so green.
Yeah, right. A couple of things I did notice were like some quality of life improvements. Like I always do I always do the franchise mode. I always do the fantasy drafts. This year, like they just basically go from pick to pick to pick to pick to pick. Like you usually have to like do your pick,
skip the next pick,
skip the next pick, then you do your pick.
Yeah.
It's like a one less step, but it did make it go by quicker.
Yeah.
So it was nice. Also, like when you're doing no huddle, you get in the huddle immediately, and it does like a 7 or 8 second tick off depending on how far away you were from the last play.
Yeah.
So it was just like you hold on, like you finish play, you hold on triangle, you're already back in the huddle.
And
Back in the line.
It'll tell you like 15-second runoff.
Yeah, right. And again, it all the count. I think it has something to do with how far away that last play was. So that would make sense, and that kind of correlates with what I saw when I was playing the game. But outside of that, like everything else kind of feels samey.
Yeah. Franchise-wise, everything feels pretty similar. Like you said, there's that. As far as the draft goes, where it automatically skips to your next pick, which is, I kind of like it. It might be in there, but it wasn't very obvious it is. But I'd like to see like who was picked where.
Right,
like
I'm
a list of
is.
Yeah. I didn't look around too much. I did a fantasy draft, but I did it on my iPad through the PlayStation Remote Play app. Since hey, I don't actually have to control anyone or anything here. I can just go up and down on a list and hit X and draft people, and that way my kid can wreak havoc and I can, knock out something that would have taken me 40 minutes later. Franchise, I was showing you last night. You can go through like the like your team game plan and change like what your team's strategy is as far as like offense, defense, but also when you change your playbooks now, it shows you like what formations each playbook has and how many plays it has for each formation, which is very helpful.
Yeah, I think before I kind of remember that being there, but without how many plays there were. Because like it'll say like I formation, and there can be like 4 or 5 different variations of I formation, and some teams have 1 formation, some have 5 versions of that. So you don't know if you're getting 7 plays or 25 plays.
Right.
Yeah, so that's helpful because I remember before I would be like, all right, let's let me think of this NFL team and what their offense is. All right, let me see if their playbook fits what I want to do. Right. So that definitely saves some time, especially since like I run a lot of I formation and there's not a lot of that in the NFL anymore these days. So for me to go through and be able to find a playbook that has a significant amount of I formation plays is helpful for me. Outside of franchise mode, they got rid of the what was the
long shot.
They got rid of long shot, and now it's called QB1, and it's similar but different. Basically, you start off in the college football playoffs, and you're a quarterback. You don't get to choose your position. You're just a quarterback, which I'm not sure if you do franchise mode, if you can choose to be a player and play a different position.
You couldn't games past. I imagine you would, because it looks like he had the same option.
I know,
coach, the player, or the GM.
Right. I know. I went in there when I started mine up, and it was set to coach, and I changed it to owner. I didn't see if there was a player option. I didn't think to look.
Yeah.
But so there's that. It's similar. You start off in the playoffs. They give you a little backstory. Like your guy was a highly recruited high school quarterback, and when you committed and got to school, they signed another 5-star quarterback, and he basically became the starter, and you were the backup. And he goes down. He gets injured when the playoffs start, and it's up to you to lead the team to glory or whatever.
You get a chance to play college football teams.
Yeah, and then they let you pick from. I think there's 8 teams in there. I'm not sure if there's any difference like in the playbooks based on which team you pick. The game plan that's a little bit broken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I did that, and my first playoff game went to overtime. Overtime started with my team kicking the ball off.
Okay.
Then the other team had like the college rules. They had the ball on the 25.
Okay.
Which there was no return on the kickoff. It was a touchback. They had the ball on the 25. I held them to a field goal. The game was over. So I was pretty fucking livid at that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I held them to a field goal. Let's go.
Right.
What do you mean game over?
That's not how that works.
No.
Well, there's no no kickoff.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't win on a field goal. Like.
Well, the game wouldn't end. I would have got a chance to match.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm on offense. All I gotta do is like not lose a ton of yards. And what do you mean the game's over? What the? So I may have rage quit when that happened. But I went back in there and they have you do the scouting combine where you have to basically make throws into certain like boxes or circles on the field, and like the receiver has to catch it in that spot. I think you do like 24 throws or something, and it's like you do each throw 3 times, but every time the area gets smaller and smaller.
Okay.
You go into the draft, the team drafts you, and like there is like I saw a decent amount of story. Like, you get drafted by the team, and I have a feeling there's only a certain number of teams that they'll let you go to.
Okay.
Because I doubt they recorded like story audio for all of these. Like, I got drafted by the Broncos, and he's talking about like John Elway. And,
yeah, that's how long shot was too. Like, you had like 3 or 4 different endings, but you were going to either end up undrafted or on one of 2 teams.
Right.
Like, that's how it always ended.
Yeah, and it was like I ended up in the Broncos. I saw someone else do it and ended up on the Dolphins. So it's lining up with teams that need a quarterback.
Right.
In real life. And then you, like, when you're at the combine, like, some shady agent comes up. He's like, "Hey, you got an agent yet?" And you're like, "No." I was like, "Cool, I'm your agent." I'm like, "I never said yes to this." What the fuck? You don't even get like a prompt like "No, you're not." He's like, "Cool, I got you." I'm like, "No, I don't like this. You seem like a drug dealer. I don't want to be in business with you." But yeah, I mean,
I feel like this being the 3rd year in of like a story mode in Madden, like, I don't know. I guess they are kind of changing directions here with this one, but
like when you're in the combine, in the combine you do the throwing thing, but then they have you do like team interviews.
Yeah. And
you have like the first thing you do is like you go into a meeting with whatever team's as a general manager or coach or whatever. He's like, and the guy's like, "So you're ready to do anything to be in the NFL, right?" And you're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Give me your cell phone," and you get a prompt.
Oh, okay.
Like, do you give them the cell phone or no? And based on what you choose, you get like additions to certain attributes.
Okay.
I'm in my head, like the IT guy, I'm like, "Fuck you, I'm not giving you my phone." Which is the right answer, by the way.
Did your intelligence go up?
I think leadership went up.
Okay.
Because it was like, you don't just do what you're told.
Yeah, right.
Like, but yeah, and there's another one where actually that's the second scenario. The first one is you go into the guy's office and he basically like tears you down. Like, why should I even give you a shot? Why should I even talk to you?
Every year you always hear some crazy stories come out of the combine,
yeah,
like interviews and stuff like that. I doubt it's gonna get that crazy.
No, yeah, I mean, there's been stories in recent years where coaches have just said or asked terrible things to these kids,
right?
Like things that they're trying to get a rise out of them, see if they can see if they can handle it. But I'm pretty sure if someone said something like that to me, like outside, I might like try to slap him in the face. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one year there was like a coach told a player that his mother was a whore or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that one too. Anyway,
but yeah, it's you go through there and you have the agent and there's a cutscene where you're with the agent, watching the draft, and I didn't hit all the throws in the thing, and I did lost technically my first game in the playoffs. I didn't lose. And like you're going through and he's like second round, third round, and he's like trying to give you a pep talk every time. And there's different, outcomes based on how well you do in the previous stuff. Then you go into the season and you're in the preseason game, and the coach just gives you different goals every game they try to hit in the preseason. They let you run with the starters from the start of the preseason. And I ended up winning the starting job. I'm not sure if that's not possible. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it's possible that you don't you're the back.
QB1 then.
You're the back. I mean, I figured QB1's like the goal.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think it was I didn't think it was a given. But yeah, I mean, it's different, but not really different from the last 2 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I really played so far of it.
Yeah, me too. All right. Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Yeah. Wolfenstein. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this.
Yeah. So
there's a reason I got Madden and just Madden.
Yeah. So Wolfenstein Youngblood, it's basically kind of like the last game with the Old Blood. It's kind of basically like a larger expansion pack, you can say. So the big thing about this one, it's obviously it's Bethesda, but it had 2 developers, which first of all, it's like already kind of like why? Machine Games and Arcane Studios. So they brought both of them on to work on this one. And it's $30 or $40 for the deluxe, and that includes a buddy pass. So that means you give them a code, they download the game, they can play it with you, and that's it.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know how that was.
Yeah, they can't play solo.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's still though. I mean, it's kind of if you know for sure. Like, I mean, for you, like if you know you and Andy are going to go through this, it's totally worth it because then you both pay $20 for it. You just
right,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Or whatever. If one person wants to do the offline stuff, what? 30-10 or 25-15. Yeah,
right. Exactly. Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
It's still cheaper for the second person to get it, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. So, so in that aspect, it's like okay, that's fine. So this game, it is very co-op heavy. Like it is very co-op.
And you played. You played by yourself? You played with somebody else?
Oh, so I played by myself.
Okay.
So I played by myself. The first time I started up, I did like invite only. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just do invite only just in case I do see maybe like if I get told, because I've heard like there's certain parts where like, hey, you should probably get someone to help you and stuff. And I was like, all right, if I see someone online, maybe I can just shoot them an invite or whatever. So I'll just set up as an invite only if I want to. So it opens up fine. It's BJ and Anya, and they're both training the girls separately and in different things. So Jess is like punching on a punching bag, and oh my god, I'm blanking on the other girl's name right now, but she's out shooting with BJ.
Okay.
So it starts off really cool, starts off really neat with that aspect, and then you kind of go like years later. Now you're in the part where you're trying to find BJ. He's disappeared. He's just completely disappeared. No one knows what's happened to him, where he's gone, or anything. So you're going through this. So the first mission is pretty neat. This is like the dynamic between the sisters is really cool in this first part. We'll get into that more later, but for right now, this first part is really, really cool. So like they're like psyching each other up and everything.
It's Jess and Soph.
Okay, that's it. So thank you. So Jess is starting to kind of. So now they're on the Zeppelin.
Okay.
They're on a Nazi Zeppelin right now, and so this is their first like real mission. They've never killed anyone before. They never killed any Nazis or anything like that. So Jess is starting to kind of freak out, like hyperventilating, starting to cry, and like so it's like don't mess this up. You can't leave me out there.
Yeah, right.
Like, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready for this? And then she goes down. She stabs this Nazi with like this shovel thing, and as he's about to like shoot her, Jess comes from behind and just blows his head off like completely. And then Soph gets like brains in her mouth. She's like, "It's in my mouth." She's like freaking out. "It's in my mouth." And the one girl, I think it was Jess that did it. Like she pukes because of all. I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe what I just."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, this is kind of a cool dynamic, like whatever." And so then you're in the Zeppelin and you're just trying to take it down, basically. So you eventually get, as you're going through it, it is so difficult. The first mission is so hard. I died so many times.
On brand for Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It was insane. And then even like the final boss of the first area is insane. Like I was like, what the heck? So as you're going through this, you're collecting you start off with the main gun, but then you start kind of collecting some of these other guns. Now, kind of a new thing in this, I'm pretty sure it's new because I don't remember this in Wolfenstein 2, is each gun. So every enemy has like a certain thing that they're weak to.
Okay.
So like, you'll see a regular standard bar, and they're like, okay, you can shoot them with anything. It's gonna take the same amount of damage, no matter what gun you're using. It's gonna take that type of damage. Sometimes if you see like little notches, that means you got to use more of like a machine gun kind of thing on them to help them go down. But if you're using a shotgun on them, they just suck in the bullets, and it barely does any damage to them, and vice versa. If you got one that have squares, that means you need a stronger gun, like the shotgun or something. But if you try using a machine gun, they're just absorbing the bullets. And like the whole first area, there's like barely any ammo. Like it's very difficult to find ammo. When you die, you start with the ammo you had left when you died.
Yikes.
So, like, it took me so long to get past the first boss because I've died so many times, and then there's only so many spots where there's ammo in that first area.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to, like, he's just sucking up all, like, it took so long to kill this first guy. And then problem number 2 is, so I was in the middle of it, and it was at night. The baby was waking up, and I was like, okay, I can take care of him really quick. Pause. Came back. You've died. The game doesn't pause.
Because it's a co-op game.
Because it's a co-op game. There is no pause on this game. So I'm like, okay. Well, the next time I start up, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do offline then. Maybe if I do offline. Nope. There's no pause. And if you go into like adjust, like use your ability points or to upgrade your guns and stuff, game's going on in the background the whole time. Yeah. So you better have an area where there's no one coming, and good luck with that.
Yeah, right.
Because,
When did that ever happen?
Oh my! And I can't tell you how many times I died because I'm in an area. I think I cleared things out. I turn around and I'm getting blasted but the guy wasn't there on my map a minute ago. He just spawned right behind me. Like it's like okay.
Yeah, right. We can do about that.
This doesn't sound fun.
Which is and that was the thing. It was starting to get to that point where it was more aggravating. I'm like.
Right.
Like I thought this was the last guy in this area. Then I turned around and then that guy spawned. And as I'm shooting him, 2 more guys just spawn out of nowhere. And it's just like, what the heck? And like the amount of people like in each area, the amount of enemies that come at you is insane. Like with Wolfenstein 2, like you had like sure there was parts when there was like enemies and stuff, but the parts where like enemies just kept coming were. Those were like epic scenes when that did happen.
Right. That was like you're hitting the end of a level and
or you're just in a shit show like kind of area like or whatever. It's like that every single time you enter a new area, the alarms start going off and everyone's just coming in all different directions and all different kinds of enemies too, which is kind of crazy. So you're constantly need to switch your guns like on the fly constantly. So that's kind of annoying. And then after you complete like the first like 2 main missions, you're at 28% done for the main missions. Yeah, and then there's a ton of side quests.
I was gonna say
like a whole bunch of side quests.
I looked at like how long to beat, and it says like 12, 13 hours.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of side quests involved. Like I mean, because now I also took down. Let's see, I did 3, I would say, of the main story missions. And the one took me like probably like an hour and a half to do, and now I'm at like 42% with the main missions, and I'm at about 30% right now with the side quests. And I've done like 6 or 7 side quests, like so you go, so you have this like hub world, you have this like the Paris catacombs. That's like kind of your base.
Okay.
So where you can go.
Was it a submarine or a ship?
It was a ship.
Yeah. Into.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's where you can go. You can armor back up, ammo back up. You recharge everything there, and that's where you get your side quests. And then also, if you talk to Abby, your friend, she has daily, weekly, and monthly like achievements you can do as well. So there's like, and you get more silver coins and stuff, which you use to upgrade your guns and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of, it's like, okay, whatever, that is what it is. But then you'll see like a person with an exclamation point above them. That means they got a side quest. But like they talk, but it's like they're talking like gibberish, and it's just like, and then all of a sudden, like not gibberish. I just mean like it's English, but it's like, okay, so what is, like I don't understand what do you want me to do? Like so, but then it just pops up and it's like, okay, well I'm just gonna select this because then it's gonna follow this mission. I don't know. I'm going to find the underground. Okay, I don't know why, but okay, follow the mission. And then the part. So this is another aggravating part. Is so there's sometimes when you're in some of these side missions where you travel this one area. You start doing what you need to do. Then you get into another area and it's like, oh. Like, okay, like for instance, one of these things, I had to activate a laser. It's like, oh, the laser is over back kind of where you already were. And I was like, okay, so I'll just go back to where I was. Well, guess what? Since it was a separate area, all the enemies have respawned. Every single one of them have respawned. And it's the whole mass again.
It feels like it's a game from like 2002.
That's what it sounds like. Where it's like just using like repetitive stuff to extend the life of the game.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. So now it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to run past everyone. Screw this. Like, I just killed everyone, and I have barely any ammo left, and I already killed everyone the first time. I can't do it again. Like, so I'm just going to run to where I need to go, grab what I need to get, and run back. And I'll kill a few people that I need to do before, because then, of course, when you get back, they won't let you do the thing until you kill everyone around that thing. Yeah.
I think I made the right choice.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very good $15 Black Friday deal.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds...
No, for sure. Like, and that's the aggravating part, too, because the combat is Wolfenstein, though.
Right.
So, like, when I'm in combat, besides the fact of, like, the spawning and all that kind of stuff, it feels good. Like, it's still like, all right, this is awesome. It's like, it's still Wolfenstein, you know? But also, too, your melee is stronger than your guns. So if one of those enemies, like there's been a couple times where they're just absorbing bullets, so I just run after them, I throw a hatchet at them, dead. I'm like, oh,
Do you ever play Killzone 2?
Yes.
It sounds like Killzone 2.
Oh, no.
Where you use melee and
yes.
just run.
Yeah.
Just run by anything.
For sure. So it's just, I don't know. It's aggravating. I mean, it like the story itself is like, okay, I do want to see where it goes because I hear there is some kind of twist towards the end of this. So,
well, those stories are usually really good too.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say, like, it's unfortunate, like what you're saying, because like Wolfenstein is one of those where it's a good, combination of FPS gameplay and like really good story.
Right, the narrative's great. Yeah.
Can I ask you a 100% non-judgmental question?
Yeah.
Are you playing on easy or medium or?
I don't think there is. Oh wait, there was. I'm playing on the. I don't remember I think it's on.
Are you a candy ass?
I play Wolfenstein.
Is your character wearing?
I know.
Is your character wearing a baby's bonnet? And the difficulty selection
No,
screen.
I don't think so. So it's a one up from that.
Okay.
But still though, it's just like it's. I mean,
do they ask you to shoot any dogs at the start of this one?
no, you're okay there.
No, I didn't shoot that dog.
well, there are Nazi dogs.
Nazi dogs are different. Okay.
There's
They've
Nazi
chosen
dogs.
a side.
I was like,
listen,
with bombs
if
attached to
a
them.
dog tries to kill me, that's fair game.
Okay.
When it's my family
Right.
pet tied up in the basement because my dad's an abusive asshole, I'm not shooting that dog.
They're bad dogs. Bad dogs.
But yes,
I love everyone's dog, but if I see a dog in the street and it's coming at me with death in its eyes, I'm going to fight back because I'm too slow to run away.
We went to, I forget where we were, but we rented a cabin, and we're walking from the main lodge to, this is me and the whole family.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this dog's just running at us. I'm just like, everyone get back! And it was like, everyone stay calm. And it was totally fine.
Yeah.
When we get to the main lodge, like, oh, so you went Marshmallow, did you? Like, well, you look like Marshmallow when you're stampeding towards my entire family.
I met Marshmallow. You should probably call it that.
Marshmallow was very nice, to be fair.
Just really excited to meet you. That's all
it was a moment of panic followed by just petting a dog, so it was fine.
So I mean,
I see you've met Damien.
So I've kind of hit a point with that game where it's like, all right, like
the stuff you're describing.
I feel like I just want to blast through the main stuff just so I can get through the story, get to the twist, because then also I need to get to the final boss because I hear the final boss is terrible in this game too.
So
which is disappointing.
Last question I got for you. So when you're playing solo, you still have the other character there.
Yes, so she's quite helpful.
Okay,
I will say.
Is it typical dumb AI?
No. So the first
Resident Evil 5?
Right? Yeah, no.
Like Ghost Recon, kill all your teammates and do it yourself.
No, she's actually pretty good. The first level again is kind of rough though because you're both constantly dying and trying to revive each other, and like you don't have any abilities yet and stuff to kind of help with that because like there's some. So as you level up, you gain skill points and you can unlock abilities. And like for instance, like one of the abilities, like when you get revived, you start with 50 health and 50 armor because originally you only get 50 health and that's it. So guess what? If you're in the middle of a firefight and she revives you, you're almost pretty much dead right away. And then you get 3 shared lives. So what that means is if both of you are dead, one of you can bleed out. It takes away one of those shared lives, and then you can. So hopefully you can go run to revive the other person. But if they bleed out as well, it takes away 2 shared lives. You lose all of those, then it's game over.
Okay.
Kind of thing, and then you have to start at a checkpoint again, minus all your ammo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then so. And
I'm cool with going back to the last checkpoint, but at least put me back to where I was at that point in the game.
Right, exactly, which is so aggravating. And then another part too is like. So even though as you level up, you do get skill points and you get more abilities, and that helps.
Yeah.
Getting more abilities definitely helps your own player because then it's like, okay, I am dying a lot. I still die from time to time, and so does Soph. But like, but it's a lot less than it used to be. But everyone levels up with you. So as you level up, so is the enemies that you're facing at the same time. So like technically, even though you're leveling up. You're not
getting stronger or better.
The abilities are helping you because, like, yes, you're not dying as much, but guess what? It's still taking the same amount of bullets to kill these guys. So there's really no reason to, like, the RPG aspects are kind of pointless in a way.
It sounds like there's balancing issues across the board.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot of what you're describing makes me feel like I'm venting my issues with Division 2.
So it's just like I don't know. it's just so disappointing because of how good Wolfenstein 2 was. And the way they kept showing off this game, it basically just looked like Wolfenstein 2 co-op.
Yeah, right.
It takes place in the 80s, it's co-op, but it's still Wolfenstein 2, basically, just with a new coat of paint.
Right.
Like kind of like Far Cry New Dawn.
Right,
It's basically kind of the feel it felt like. But then I guess...
same world, farther in the future.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Maybe a couple different locations or whatever, but still, like the same thought, like same game basically. That's, I'm like, okay, well that justifies the $30 price point. Like New Dawn was $40, like, that makes sense. But like for this, it feels like no, you guys like took away what was Wolfenstein 2 kind of in a way. Like the narrative it's there but barely.
From what I've heard, there's like it's a lot of like childish jokes and almost like teenage boy level crude humor.
And then the two girls, so the sisters, like I said, at the beginning of the dynamic was like, okay, this is kind of fun. Like I kind of get what they're like. I understand why they're feeling the way they're feeling. The whole time you're going through these levels and just firing up enemies, the girls are just like, way to go, sis. Oh, way to she keeps shooting those Nazis. Way to go, sis. Yeah, keep killing that Nazi. Way to go, sis.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, my God. Oh, please stop. And part of that is because there's a perk. No, what is it called? A pep up or whatever.
Okay.
Where
is it called Silence is Golden? And they just shut up.
Yeah. But no. They say something, of course, because you're pepping you're pepping each other up because you hit the up on the D-pad and like then you get to pick. You can either get more health or more ammo. Those are the two you get to start with. But then, or I'm sorry, not ammo, armor.
Okay.
And then you can use silver coins and gold bars, which is their microtransactions. But you could use that stuff to buy different pep ups that do different things. Then, like one of them's like, oh, like you're further away from your you can revive your partner from further away if you do the pep up, the kind of thing. Then you can revive her from a distance, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Like a 25% more distance or something like that. So there's our different ones, but so when one of those activates, they say something where I'm like, okay, because I get what it is. You're pepping them. I get it. You're trying to pump them up. Basically, it's pumping up. But even when they're not using that, they're constantly chattering and like saying things. But it's just like at first it was like, okay, like and then it's like, okay, please stop. Like, please just stop talking. Let me just kill Nazis. I just want to kill Nazis. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna blast through the story, at least the main story, and then I really don't see myself touching this again, or going back to it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's all we got for you guys, right?
That's it.
All right. Then, I don't know. We haven't talked about the next show yet, have we?
No.
We'll figure that out then. No. We're still well planned. All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time, Stickheads. Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 86, Sticks Gaming Podcast. I'm Mike Hernan. To my right, Mike Steak Carnian.
What's going on?
I've known you for years. Mike, to my right. Mike Steak Carnian.
What's going on?
To my left, Ark.
Wow.
Restart the whole thing. Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 86. I got the yips now.